Scotty, yeah, either one, both?
Scotty in his first quarter, he fell down and he sustained that, like, just hit on his hip. So he's not gonna be able to go today. He's out, and Yak is back on a minute restriction. Yes.
Last night, there's a number of plays where you guys really hit the floor hard. I mean, Coach I had a great play, Grady had one, and that's just, those are two examples, but Coach Carlisle was just really saying good things about your team and how hard you guys play, that you're among the top 5 in the league, and if you can quantify something like that. What do you attribute that to, and how important it is to what you want?
It is very important. It's for me, it's paramount. That's the foundation that we're building. The style of play, how we want to play, what style of game we want to play, and playing hard is something that has to be in our DNA, and that's what we're looking in players. That's what we're looking in coaches. That's what we're looking like to have that fight and the resiliency. That's extremely important for us. And we're spending a lot of time trying to wake up that fight in the players that might not be showing it every night. It's a skill that you can learn. It's not something that you're born with. It's something that you develop, and for me, that's paramount and the baseline for offense and for defense. And then you start adding knowledge and X and O's and coverages and everything else. And that's a big part of player development.
We were just touching a little bit on the Canadians on Indy. Obviously, Ben Mathurin and Andrew Nembhard are the standouts. What do you see from those two players?
Great players. I think both of them are doing a really good job in all the summer actions they have with Canada basketball. I think it's very important for Canada basketball, for Canadian basketball in general, to have very successful guys playing in this league, and it just helps raise the level of competition, and that's one of the big reasons why Canadian basketball is continuing to grow and getting better, and we're going to continue seeing more and more players coming from Canada and hitting NBA floor.
And then just in terms of Yak being back, obviously that kind of opens a bit more option, pick and roll and stuff like that. What would you like to see from your team playing off of him tonight?
I mean, first and foremost, we're just happy to have Yak back. He's very important for us on both ends of the floor and for our culture as well. We had a team meeting this morning watching film, and after that I saw Yak talking to 3 different players and watching film with them individually and helping them. He's just one of those guys that's completely bought into the system and the team, and he's going to do everything he can to help the team. So it's going to be great to have him out there on the court. He's excited to come back and play. So we're gonna see what he can give us after those 3 weeks off.
Coach, with Scotty being out of the mix tonight, more of the offensive load would seem to fall on RJ. But since he returned to the lineup, can you talk about how this all-around game has evolved and just how impressed you've been with doing all those fences?
With Scotty not playing tonight, there's going to be more emphasis on the whole team. Not on RJ, not on Quickly, but on our whole team. We need to play as a group, and we can never have one player to step up in the absence of the other players, and that's a big part of what we're always talking about and trying to have that team mentality first. So what's the second part of the question?
Just how his all-around game has developed in your eyes throughout the course of this season and since he returned to the line.
Yes, we had a stretch where we did not do great in wins and losses columns, and we missed Emmanuel Quickly, our starting point guard, for quite a few games. And we used that time to put the ball in hands of Scotty Barnes as a point guard and RJ Barrett as a point guard. And it was tested, but it was amazing experience for both of them. And I really think that they really grow up from that moment. I see much more confidence now when RJ is bringing the ball, naturally that he rebounds the ball, that his decision making. He's more comfortable. I'm more comfortable as a coach to put the ball in his hands and knowing that he's going to try to make the right decision there. So on that part of the floor, I think he's playing very unselfishly, very team-oriented, and also he's the guy that he can touch the floor anytime he wants. He gets to the free throw line quite a bit, and defensively, I'm seeing a lot of strides there. First and foremost, in the fight that he brings and energy that he brings on defensive end. So we're really excited about his development this year.
Speaking of RJ, because he's been playing so well lately, what was it kind of accumulation of just kind of leading up to this moment in the season, or was there kind of a turning point that you saw him, take a stride and turn a bit of a corner here?
I mean, if the player is the same type of player in September and October like he is in April and May, then we have a problem, and I'm not doing a good job. So for me, expectation is for players to constantly evolving and improving, and guys that have continuity with work and practice and continuity with the team, they have tendency as the season is going on to get better. So that's something that is very important for us, because we have a lot of young guys that week by week, month by month, we can see improvement from our players.